What's up, everybody? Dan here from Headwaters Kayak, and we've got a beautiful fall day here at Whiskeytown Lake. I'm going to go for a paddle, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the clothing we're going to wear to extend our paddling season into these cooler months. So the point of today's video is not necessarily to talk about brands because, really I want you guys to make do with what you have in your closet, what you have at your local paddle shop. But more importantly is the type of gear we're going to wear to keep ourselves warm, dry, comfortable in these changing conditions. So a little frame of reference, today it's about 55 degrees outside. We've got cloud coverage, we've got rain that's sort of intermittently coming in and out. It's not super windy, it's not real stormy, just, kind of a dank, damp fall day. The water temperature at Whiskeytown Lake is still pretty warm. It's in the 60 degrees, so not super cold water. And because of that, I decided to go with shorts today. These are level 6 shorts. Again, doesn't really matter. The most important thing is that they have a neoprene liner. So a thin, like 1 mil, 1.5, 2.5 mil neoprene short is a really good option to keep your lower body warm, especially on a day like today where I know I'm going to be getting my heart rate up, I'm going to be working up a sweat. I kind of like the shorts and the neoprene option. It's just a good kind of way to regulate my temperature. Moving up, you'll see I've got the oak drop skirt. This is a thin, stretchy skirt. It's like polypropylene and nylon. Really like this skirt a lot. Up top, I've got a thin wool layer on underneath my splash top. And that's just to help me regulate my body temperature. Wool is really good at breathing with you. If it gets wet, it still insulates. And then over the top, I've got a thin, breathable dry top. This particular one has latex gaskets on the wrist. That'll keep it nice and dry if I'm scooping up water. It also has a double tunnel, so you'll see a tunnel underneath my spray deck and then another tunnel on top. And that creates a watertight seal, so as water comes down, hits my skirt, it's gonna shut off and I'm not gonna get wet. The thing I like about this particular top is it's got a nice breathable neck. See my wool layer under there. So it's not totally watertight. Like if I were to do a roll, I'd get a little bit down the neck, but chances are on a casual paddle like today, I'm not gonna be doing any rolls. If the rain picks up, I've got this nice adjustable hood, and then I can always zip up and kind of tuck in. There's also adjustments on either side. If I wanted to cinch this thing up a little bit, I could. You just wanted to be able to keep the wind off, keep the splash off, and keep yourself nice and warm. Some people on a day like today would really like gloves. That all depends on your warmth. I tend to run really hot, so I don't wear gloves too often. If it gets real cold, I'll use pogies, but I personally like to have my hands on the paddle for as long as I can in the season. Once things start really cooling off, I might put on a little thin pair of neoprene gloves. But on a day like today, I think this is going to be the setup we're going for. We're just going to go out for a little tour today. I'm going to offer tips and advice as we go. And other than that, just go for a little tour around Whiskeytown Lake and enjoy this gorgeous fall day. Let's get into it. Feels familiar. I've been putting a lot of miles in the old Pacino this year. I don't know what it is about it, why I love this boat so much, but it just keeps finding its way to the top of my car. So the other thing about fall paddling that I always use every time I'm out is a spray skirt. I mean, really for the most part I use it year round, but it's especially important in the fall because the water that comes off my paddle otherwise is going to drip right down into my lap. Whether you have drip rings or not, it's just sort of the nature of kayaking is your lap's going to get wet. And what a spray deck does is it allows the water to just shed off the boat. So my lower body actually stays really quite dry and comfortable, which is one of the reasons I didn't go with full long pants, since I knew I'd be inside and I'd be cozy. I know some people have nervousness about spray skirts, and ideally you want to take it out in the summertime and you want to get used to pulling the handle, wet exiting the boat. But just remember, if you're wearing a spray skirt, well, one, there's a lot of nylon skirts out there that'll keep you dry and that, won't hold on. Like if you lift your knee, they're going to pop off. In fact, this one, I bet if I were to pull tight enough, yeah, I could break the seal on it. But if you're a flatwater kayaker looking to extend your season, I definitely would recommend some sort of nylon, easy to get out of spray deck. Keep you nice and dry, keep you cozy, keep you paddling longer. tucking in and fall ashore. It's so pretty. That's really where all the beauty's at on a day like today. I think I've said it before, but like when it's foggy or cloudy, I feel like my world just kind of shrinks up. And I love that, just following the shoreline, seeing what there is to see, looking for animals, signs of life. Definitely feels like where the action's at. It feels good to be in a boat. Time to put the hood up. All right. So this is it. If you parked at Brandy Creek Beach, there's a little trailhead, takes you along the coves and it brings you to here. So if you just wanted to come hike in this area and check it out, you could do that. But it's also a really chill paddle. I mean, it's maybe 3 or 4 miles round trip, just depending on how many coves and islands you go around. It's a pretty place. Okay, in my last video, I got some constructive feedback saying they wanted to see more of the surroundings, less of me talking, which I agree. I actually really despise editing videos, and it's hard for me to go authentically enjoy the experience and also do this part of the job. But I took that one as like a challenge. Like, you're right, I'm in paddling in beautiful places. I can take some time to really try to dial in the scenery. So I'm gonna try to do that, try to just go paddle around, get some artful shots. Okay, can we talk about how janky this setup is here? I got the GoPro clip on a stick, supported by an X grip that's under bungees, and this really nice log. But honestly, I don't know, it kind of seems like it's gonna work. All right, wish me luck. How's it looking back there? Shout out to my buddy Ben. We were paddling the other day, and I found myself paddling by a piece of trash, and it was outside of my reach. I didn't want to scratch this boat I was in because it wasn't mine, and I passed it up, and it was like, oh, it kind of stuck with me. And then later that afternoon, or that evening, we were doing a full moon paddle. I noticed that piece of trash on Ben's boat, and it was like, oh, I really like that about you, Ben. Like the fact that you took the time to clean up after somebody else. Anyway, so he inspired me. I saw this piece of trash. I'm like, I'm paddling back and I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna be complacent. Brandy Creek Beach, home of so much summer fun, picnics, just deserted for winter. There's not as many people coming out to paddle when it's a day like today. Honestly, it's a beautiful day. It just takes the right gear. I know I always say that, but a little bit of gear goes a long ways, and it just extends your season, allows you to have experiences like this when you're the only one out here. Whiskeytown in fall, it doesn't get any prettier to me. Look at this place, and it's just starting to turn. And the whole rest of October, November, it's gonna be dreamy. soon as I turn the camera off, I found this. Oh man, it's leaking confetti all through the lake. That's frustrating. Well, that closes our loop. That's the launch. It ended up being a really nice day for a paddle. And it was fun for me to play with some different angles, try to get some different shots, have the camera behind me. Hopefully it works out. Definitely the dry gear works out awesome. Level 6, shout out to those guys for always keeping me kitted up. Appreciate their support over the years. I'm gonna go get rid of this person's trash and go get my seat heaters on. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, this is Dan and Patchy, wishing you happy paddling. We'll see you on the next one. That was not that hard. Kayaker's best friend.